Tobacco was a staple of life in post-Civil War America. A historian of the American South in the late 1860s said that about 70% of people over the age of 12 were using tobacco in some capacity. The demand was on the rise overseas as well, often for cigarettes more than any other form. One common issue with the cigarettes was their tendency to be crushed in their packaging. Companies began to place cards in the box to protect cigarettes. Originally, these cards would just feature advertisements for the brand. In 1875, one company, Allen and Ginter, began to feature other designs on their cards, including Native American chiefs, boxers, and wild animals. But the most popular of these cards were the baseball cards. In 1887, Allen and Ginter released the N28 World Champions series, a series of 10-player cards which became highly sought after. That same year, Goudey Company, another tobacco manufacturer, doubled down on the card hype. They released a set of baseball cards and Old Judge cigarettes comprised of over 2,000 images from over 40 different major and minor league teams. A year later, they released WWII Champions, featuring colored chromolithography and for the first time, a football player. A desire for colored portraits on cards increased. In 1909, the American Tobacco Company began to issue the White Border set, which featured 525 different colored portraits surrounded by a white border. One of the best players at the time, Pittsburgh Pirates shortstop Honus Wagner, decided to stop production of his card. It is widely believed this is because he didn't want children to purchase cigarettes. Cards in the white border set were printed tens, possibly hundreds of thousands of times, while Wagner's card was only printed 50 to 200 times, with the exact number being unknown. On April 4, 1917, the U.S. Senate voted to declare war on Germany, officially joining World War I. This led to a lack of availability of card materials for tobacco companies. However, other products, specifically candy and gum, filled the void with their own cards.
Tremendous crowds which you see gathered outside the stock exchange are due to the greatest crash in the history of the New York Stock Exchange in market prices.
In the 1930s, interest in baseball was diminishing because of the Great Depression. Attendance was down nearly 70%. In an attempt to regarner the nation's love for the sport, Goudey Gum started selling gum with a pack of baseball cards, specifically targeting the product to kids. In 1941, the industry would once again be thrown off track, this time because of the United States' entrance into the Second World War.
I ask that the Congress declare that since the unprovoked and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December 7th, 1941, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire.
In an effort to ration and save money, the industry came to a screeching halt. When World War II ended in 1945, it took some time before Americans were ready to start buying trading cards again. In 1948, Gum Incorporated helped boost the return of trading cards under the name Bowman, releasing a very popular baseball card set. Bowman remained the top-selling company until rival company Topps Chewing Gum surpassed them. Topps eventually bought out Bowman for $200,000 in 1956. Since the 50s, Topps has remained the go-to name for sports cards. Companies such as Upper Deck, Panini, and Leaf have also established themselves as major names in the industry.
You managed to get this license with the MLB, swoop in before Topps was able to actually do their SPAC and also get their own deal in place. They'd had a deal in place for decades, and now you're buying Topps. So Let's just reverse a little bit.
In January 2022, Fanatic CEO Michael Rubin purchased Topps trading cards for around $500 million. This marks the beginning of a new era for a 150-year-old pastime that has become a multi-billion-dollar business.
A Honus Wagner baseball card has sold for over $6 million.